Welcome to the Solid Sports video blog right here on YouTube, right here on the Solid Sports and Gamer channel. I'm Troy West and thank you for coming here for episode 114. Today's date is February 15th, 2020. Thank you so much for joining me once again. Sorry for the long hiatus. Didn't mean to take last week off, but just had some personal things going on. Couldn't get on last week to record. I was going to do it on a Monday, but I was like, nah, I just went ahead and let it ride throughout the week. Of course, a lot has gone on the last 2 weeks. Of course, last time I got on, it was before the Super Bowl. We'll talk a little bit about that. A lot of NFL news to get into near the end of the vlog. We'll talk some NBA. Of course, it's the All-Star weekend. Rising Stars game was last night. I checked that out a little bit. The trade deadline has passed as well in the NBA. And just some off-the-court stuff with D-Wade and Derrick Rose as well. I touch on what they was talking about this week. As you know, both guys are from Chicago, so they did represent their city as the game. The All-Star Weekend is in Chicago this year. And of course, baseball coming up in just a few moments. The Mookie Betts trade was a little bumpy, but it went through. Him and David Price are now in Los Angeles with the LA Dodgers. Which is sort of a weird dynamic. I'll get into that in a moment. I'll take a look at the top infielders in baseball, who stands out to me, and we'll touch on the Astros as they came out and apologized for spring trade. It started for a lot of teams this week. They came out and apologized. A lot of people wasn't satisfied with it. I'll tell you what my thoughts is about that. We'll talk XFL. So we got a big show, big blog today. Hopefully I'll get through it quick. My last two blogs is very, very long. So hopefully I can try to get through it as fast as possible. And just hope I don't rant too much. I'm known as a ranter a little bit sometimes when I start talking about something. But let's go ahead and get into the MLB update for this week. I just touched on the Mookie Betts and then also David Price, who's getting sort of forgotten about this deal, goes to the LA Dodgers. Of course, the Dodgers the last few years have been one of the top teams in baseball. Now they add David Price to go along with Clayton Kershaw, Rich Hill, so a deep pitcher rotation. And then Mookie Betts in the outfield to go with the young Cody Bellinger and the other Dodgers. So the Dodgers are stacked. Probably definitely a clear favorite to win the National League West again. Like I said, I had about stock in the Colorado Rockies. I talked about them a few weeks ago. I think this is the Dodgers division now to dominate. Arizona did some nice things. The Giants always to look out for as well. And the Padres coming up with some young talent. I think this is the Dodgers division to lose this year. I think they'd be the clear-cut favorite to win the division again and maybe make another run at the World Series. Of course, had a disappointing playoffs last year, losing in the wild card, right? I mean the ALDS to the Washington Nationals, of course, who wound up winning the whole thing. But the trade itself, like I said, it's a weird dynamic because I just talked about the Astros being involved with this side stealing scandal and everything. But Boston also is being looked at, and Betts and Price, of course, is come from Boston, so it's kind of weird. I know it's going to be a probably weird dynamic going into that locker room. Even though Boston did beat the Dodgers. The Dodgers probably the team that has the most right with this whole situation because they lost back-to-back years to both the Houston Astros and the Boston Redsox the next year, 2018, and they still investigating that because Alex Cora, who of course was let go. Of course, AJ Hinch lost his job for that Houston Astros. Carlos Beltran wound up not even managing the New York Mets. He got let go after all this went on, and they always were that Houston staff in 2017. He moved on. Alex Cora moved on to manage the Boston Red Sox. And they beat the Dodgers again. Well, he beat the Dodgers again. If you count him being with the Astros 2 years in a row. So Boston still being looked at. I think they said they're going to make a decision soon. So I think they're almost done with the investigation. So next week we could be still talking about this on the Boston side. But that's where both of these players come from. Now they go to the Dodgers clubhouse. We'll see how they receive Mookie Betts. Boston just didn't want to pay him. I think I brought that up. I think this trade was in the works 2 weeks ago. It wasn't finalized, but it finally got finalized. It was held up a little bit. I think it was some players that part of the deal that wasn't cleared medically or something like that. But $27 million for 1 year. Of course, Boston gave him through arbitration. So maybe let's see if the Dodgers pay him. I think they're going to probably wait it out, see how they do this year. But the Dodgers are a very deep, talented team. And like I said, this division should be theirs to lose. Unless, unfortunately, they have some injuries or something. But they got deep pitching staff now with Price. Price is up and down. Kershaw getting up there, but he's still a top 5 pitcher in the league. Rich Hill. Nothing to sneeze at either. And then Ray Yu as well, the career pitcher, he's pretty good. So 4 solid starters on that pitching rotation. They just maybe get the bullpen together. Dodgers probably not even just the division, probably the whole National League is going to be a contender again. So we'll see. I'm a Braves fan, so it's not good for me. But Dodgers definitely a team to be looked at. But I wonder how Betts and Price will be accepted in that clubhouse. Guess we have to wait and see. Free training get started, so we'll see how they're accepted there. But I think that's sort of a weird dynamic, knowing that Boston might have cheated the Dodgers out as well. And the Dodgers came out strongly about the Astros, which we're going to get into in a few minutes. But let's go to my top. I was going to make a list of the top 5 infielders, but there's just so many guys. I just decided I'm just going to skim it through. A lot of guys that stand out for me. Last year, probably I was gonna go by position, but it's 9 positions in baseball. So I tried to put it in infielders, outfielders. We'll do outfielders next week, hopefully Friday. I try to record another vlog, but let's just go through. I'm on MLB.com, so courtesy to MLB.com. I'm just gonna skim through sort of what they think. Of course, first up is third baseman. Of course, Eddie Astro is going to get, like I said, we're going to get into that. But Eddie Astro, to me, is taking a step back, in my opinion, because of this size stealing scandal. So, is they really a good player, or was it, all just because he was stealing size? Alex Bregman, they got him number 1 on the list, despite that. Anthony Rendon, of course, World Series champion with the Washington Nationals, he's second. They got a top. This is the third baseman list. Out of these guys, Jeff McNeil from the Mets made the list. Josh Donaldson, he's a veteran. Now he's in Minnesota. Justin Turner, another Dodger. Manny Machado, even though he's a shortstop, but he plays third sometimes. But out of all these guys, I have to say Nolan Arenado for Colorado. I think he's been consistent the last few years. He'll be my top third baseman. Let's go to, let's see, of course they got it broken up in pitcher. Now they got the pitchers through here. Shortstops, that's the infield. They got Trevor Story number 1. But out of these guys, I say I probably, I don't know, it's hard to go against Story, but I do like Francisco Lindor as well for the Cleveland Indians. Got off to a slow start last year, but he's been pretty good. Xander Bogaerts for the Red Sox. Of course, he's still there. But if I had to choose a guy, I think Story definitely deserved to be number 1. But I probably prefer Lindor, just because to me he's still more of a prototypical shortstop. Even though Story can play the field as well. But Story, I think, is more known for his bat. I think Lindor, known for a little bit of both. He can swing the bat too. He hit for home runs too. But I probably, just because I don't know, just something about Lindor, I would probably take him at shortstop. So we got third base with shortstop. I didn't say how the pitchers are. Let's say catchers is next. They got Yasmani Grandal, Chicago White Sox. I think he used to play for the Astros. I believe that's where he came from. Or is it the Brewers? Oh, they go, yeah, Milwaukee. I'm sorry. That's where Grandal comes from. But he went to the White Sox. And the White Sox still did some nice things in the offseason too. So watch out for them this year. I think Cleveland, it's like kind of like the Dodgers too. They've been on the top so long. You just think somebody's going to come up. Minnesota is going to challenge for that division. That division is going to be deeper this year. It's not going to be a clear-cut winner. Cleveland been the clear-cut. I think Minnesota win the division last year. I think they did. I believe so. I believe so. I believe Minnesota won. Did they? Or it was a wild. I think it was a wild card because I think they who did they lose to? Or did they beat the A's? And I think they played the Yankees in that ALDS. But yeah, they got Grandal #1. Gary Sanchez on the list. He's only 5th, but I think as far as like his fielding, I think he was pretty out there. But I still like Yadier Molina for St. Louis. He's 9th on the MLB list, but he's the first guy I think about. JT Realmuto for Philadelphia. He's up there. Winston Contreras for the Cubs. Mitch Grover for Minnesota. Wasn't on the list last year according to this. Buster Posey still in the top 10. But I'd probably take Posey, believe I'm more of a veteran guy. Even though Grandal and Romarto the guys now that's coming up. So we did catcher. Let's move on. Don't want to be too long with this. Second baseman is next. And this is going to be an interesting list. Ketel Marte from the Arizona Cardinals. He's #1 according to MLB.com. I still, even though with this thing, with this scandal holding on, I still love Jose Altuve. I really hope he bounces back. It's something I love Jose. He's a great player. I like him. But I'm gonna be taking a close look at him this year, see if he declines after this scandal. But I still take him for now. DJ LeMahieu for the New York Yankees had a monster year last year. Mike Moustakas, I thought he played another position, but he's on in Cincinnati. Calvin Biggio, of course, son of Craig Biggio, used to play for the Astros back in the day. His son, he's 8th. So, like I said, if you want to check out all these lists for yourself, go on MLB.com and check them out. Okay, let's see. Keep moving on. Uh-oh. Let's see. Right fielders, what we doing? Infield. First baseman. Let's see. Freddie Freeman. I'm a Braves fan, so I'm gonna give Freddie Freeman his props. I see he's #1 on my list. But Pete Alonso is coming up for the Mets. Had a monster year with the bat. Anthony Rizzo, Paul Goldschmidt. It's a lot of good first basemen. Luke Voigt made it for the Yankees. He had a monster year last year. And Kawashiro makes the list, even though he plays other positions. Max Muncy for the Dodgers. He's 2nd, so check out that list. But I say Freddie Freeman, that's my man. Because I'm a Braves fan, I would put him. I mean, I agree with that, him being #1. Okay, we did second base, first base, third base, catcher. I think we did all of infielders, so we're done. Yeah. So check out those lists yourself. I'll probably come here every week. We'll do outfielders next vlog. And go to the say, let's say every position and starting pitcher and relief pitchers, all of it is on MLB.com. So go check it out for yourself and check the list out, see if you agree or disagree. So let's go ahead and get into the Astros scandal. Of course, like I said, they opened up camp this week, so a lot of players was on the podium apologizing here and there about the scandal itself. The owner, a lot of people that like what he said, say he should have took more responsibility, but basically put all the blame on AJ Hinch. Basically, that's how people took what he said. And most of the players that came, got on the podium, they apologized, but they wouldn't say, like, a lot of people think they should get stripped of the World Series, which has been a debate since this came out. Should they lose their World Series ring and championship from 2017? And some people mixed about it. Me, it's like you can't take it back. Like, it happened. I think this alone it'll be a unofficial stain on this championship. I think that's enough. I don't think you have to literally take it away. I guess I'm on that side of the fence there, but it's definitely a blemish. Like I said, I'm gonna look at these Astros hitters this year. Jose Altuve, like I said, one of my favorite players in the league right now. If they start declining, I think it'll really be evident that they made a big difference in the field of play and in the competition. But a lot of people say, well, other teams might be doing it, maybe not to that extent. Like I said, we're gonna see what happened with the Red Sox as well. How much did they dab into that? So we'll see. Like I said, overall, like I said, baseball is always something. The steroid era, of course, we got through that. Like I said, I've been a baseball fan since the 90s, and I haven't really stopped following baseball. Now, I'm not as big a fan as I was probably 10 years ago, 20 years ago. Back in the early 90s, 2000s, I was more inside of baseball. I still follow it. Like I said, I'm a Braves fan. I'm an Orioles fan as well. I'm here from Baltimore. But there's always some type of scandal going on. So I just hope baseball can get through this. I kind of hope it stops with the Astros and the Redsox or whatever's going on with them. I hope it wasn't a league-wide thing. But like I said, the Dodgers was very upset. Cody Bellinger, basically said they stole that 2017 World Series from us. They stole it. He even defended the Yankees, even though the Yankees been hot too, but said some things in the media, saying that Altuve, one of my favorites, he won MVP in 2017, that he shouldn't have won it, should have went to Aaron Judge. And Aaron Judge had a monster. I think this year he hit like 52 home runs. I think it was a rookie year, actually. You know, like I said, I think it's going to be a lot of pressure match. That's why I'm already going to say I'm not picking them to win this division this year. I'm not sure whoever's going to go with Oakland, or will the Angels family break through now that they got Joe Mann at the helm. I think Houston's going to be, I think this is going to be too much distraction. I think that, like I said, I really follow ESPN, Buster Olney. They expert on baseball. He said the road games for Houston is going to be tough. Fans going to be all over them, and you can imagine it. Baseball fans, most baseball fans are very passionate about cheating. Like me, even the steroid, I was like, well, you know, baseball allowed it to happen, so I don't really look at people that much differently. Like I think Barnes and Clemens and all those guys should be in the Hall of Fame anyway, despite if they did it or not. Because baseball allowed it to go on. So, but with this, I guess it depends. You know, I mean, it's blatant that they cheated. So this one rubs me a little bit the wrong way more than the steroid they do actually to me. And like I said, but I see if Houston, a lot of pressure on them this year. If they decline drastically, then I think everybody and their mama gonna be saying it was because of the size thing. So. A lot of pressure on the Astros this year. A lot to look forward to. So next week, definitely in the update, we will. I'll do outfielding. We'll look through the top outfielders in baseball. And if anything else go down, you know, we'll have the Boston thing come out. We'll cover that next week as well. So let's get into the NBA. All-Star Weekend. Before I touch on that, let's just skip through the trade deadline. Of course, this was something that happened last week that I was going to cover. Like I said, I've been gone extra week. But no major trades. There was some few trades. D'Angelo Russell going to Minnesota for Andrew Wiggins. That's probably was the biggest trade that went down. A lot of other ones was little small trades here and there. The other big one was Marcus Morris going to the LA Clippers to boost their roster. Because Clippers are a deep roster. Sort of lipped into the All-Star break. I think they third in the West right now. I think it's Lakers, Denver, then the Clippers, I believe. You know, at the trade deadline, a lot of people, you know, they didn't, you know, a lot of people thought, speaking of D Rose, thought he was going to get moved. There's a lot of rumors out there about Karl Anthony Towns from Minnesota moving. People thought the Lakers were going to do something to get a point guard. So, Derek Rose, he was in the rumors. Andre Drummond, he went to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Detroit got rid of him, so that was another big trade that happened. But no major trades. Like I said, the top guys did, like Milwaukee didn't do too much of nothing. I think Miami did a small trade in the East. But at the midway point, you know, a lot of people were questioning, you know, what the Lakers going to do. I really believe in the Lakers. I don't know. It's not because of the Kobe Bryant passing. I just think before the season started, I just believe I still believe the big man has a big impact on the game. Probably not scoring wise anymore. As far as like doing the dirty work, getting the rebounds, playing defense. I think with McGee, Dwight Howard, along with Anthony Davis, I really think that's going to cause a problem. The Clippers still don't really have a legitimate big man. I think Marcus now, they can have people that can guard LeBron James. And you know, the Clippers been confident, you know, saying they could probably slow down Anthony Davis. But I think the Dwight Howard, I think he's still suitable in this league. I mean, he's you know about his past and everything. He used to be a Laker back in this time as well. Moved around the league a lot. I think he's humbled himself. I think he can still put up, definitely be an all-star potential. You know, even though he's coming off the bench. The point guard thing is an issue. Even though I like Rajon Rondo, he's more of a old school point guard. He just can't score. And in the days of NBA, you can't be on the court and not be an offensive threat. So that's the problem when he comes in the game. LeBron pretty much been running the point. He leads the league in assists. But I still think the Lakers, to me, is the team to beat in the Western Conference. I think the Clippers will challenge. Denver, like I said, the only thing about Denver for me, like I said, it's all about stars in the NBA. They don't have a guy that's okay. This guy going to take over the game. They said they try to build up Jokic, the center for the Nuggets, to be that guy. Got a nice little team, but not one guy that just say, okay, put the ball in my hands and I'm going to. Sometimes you need that, especially in playoff basketball. So Denver still, a lot of people not taking that serious. Houston, a sleeper team with Westbrook and Harden. Only thing about Houston is their defense, of course. And they did trade Clint Capella. That was another big trade. Capella went to the Atlanta Hawks. So that was another significant trade that happened for the Rockets. I think they have to outscore people, but they're capable of doing it. So that's a team everybody talked about. I think Utah's a sleeper team as well with the defense, Rudy Gobert. Donovan Mitchell, could he take that step? He's one of my favorite players, young players in the league. Who else out there in the West? Dallas, I think still a year or two away, a couple of pieces away, but they're excited to watch Luka Doncic. He excited last night to watch that Rising Challenge last night in the World against the USA. Memphis, doing a pretty good job. Ja Morant to me is a clear rookie of the year. I like Zion Williamson, but I think the dynamic is if I think they 4 games out of the 8th spot because Memphis got the 8th spot. I think it's Memphis. I think Dallas in the 7th spot right now. I'm just going off the top of my head. You got Utah out there. You got Houston. I said the Clippers, Denver. So can any of those teams break through? We'll see. But as far as New Orleans, I think Zion, if they make a playoff run, get in the playoffs, I think he got a shot. But other than that, you gotta give it to Ja Morant right now. And the Blazers are still right there. A lot of the Blazers hang around. I think they're capable of Damian Lillard, who unfortunately he got hurt before the All-Star break. So he won't be playing in the game or anything this weekend. So that sucks. I mean, I like Damian Lillard as well. Very excited player. They was asking yesterday all over the sports world who was the best point guard in the league. And I think Damian Lillard deserved that title right this second, you know. But he got hurt, so you guys try to get healthy. The whole team, you know, been struggling for this year, but we'll see if they can make a push for a playoff spot as well. So the bottom of the West definitely will be interesting, and the top. So in the East is pretty much Milwaukee pretty much dominating right now. The Toronto Raptors, can't ignore them. They just coming off a 15-game winning streak. PL Siakam is taking the next step for the Raptors, what they needed. Not going to count them out. Philadelphia, a lot of people still thinking Philadelphia still have a shot, even though Philadelphia I think it's all the way down to like 6th or 7th in the East. But they were like I said, I guess it depends on what you believe. I'm sort of leaning towards the Sixers. I'm just kind of bored. You know, they just wait for playoff basketball to get motivated. I think they have a hard time being motivated about certain things. Because you notice when they play against the top teams in the league, they play a lot better. And then they flop against a lower, you know, somebody they're not worried about. So Miami, gotta give them love. Jimmy Butler's doing a great job on that Heat organization. I seen an interview with Bam. I think his name is Oliver Zago Bam, the center, making his All-Star appearance for the first time. He's been huge for Miami, so they don't miss Hassan Whiteside at all. Miami got a nice little team, so we'll see if they can break through. But I still think it's Milwaukee clearly in the East. Indiana can't sneeze at them either. Brooklyn Nets, if they had the rent, of course next year is going to be very interesting in the East when he comes back, but they still hanging around in the playoff spot. Pretty much everybody else, I'm not sure. You know, I think it's going to be Milwaukee, Toronto, Philly. I think they're the real contenders, even though Philly is like 7th right now in the East. The Pacers, Victor Oladipo, maybe if he comes back. Like I said, they got a nice little team there. You know, they got Brogdon from Milwaukee last year, so got a nice little squad there, but still think they just fall a little bit short. So I'm looking at Philadelphia, Toronto, and Milwaukee. Miami, maybe I'll be convinced, but not quite yet for me. So we'll see, and that's how it is at the All-Star break right now. Speaking of the All-Star weekend, I watched the celebrity game last night. That was entertaining. The Rise of Stars challenge, I did watch a little bit of that last night, even though it's sort of just basically a show last night. It wasn't really, don't really remember a lot of people, you know, people getting after it too much. I think it was more like a show, but the USA won by 20. But it was entertaining just to see all the young guys out there on the court. Tonight, of course, you got the dunk contest, you got the 3-point shootout, you got the skills challenge, and big men and the point guards run a little obstacle course. That's pretty entertaining. So we'll see. It should be an extra night tonight. Cause it's gonna be a whole emotional weekend. You know, when Kobe passed away, they shout out to him again last night. So that's gonna be all weekend, especially I think Sunday. Speaking of Kobe, him, Kevin Garnett, and Tim Duncan, of course, clear cut. You know they was gonna be finalists for the Hall of Fame. But I thought it was 5 years out. So I thought he retired in 2016. Those guys, because they all retired the same year. I guess it is 4 years. So all those guys are finalists. You got I think I see Tamika Catch's name on there. I think it's like 8 people. So go check that out if you want to see who else. But you knew Kobe, Kevin Garnett, and Tim Duncan was going to make the list. And like I said, that's going to be another emotional moment. I think once we get past that, it's Hall of Fame. Once he get in, I think we'll start to really heal. But until then, you know, throughout the playoffs, you don't think about Kobe. So it's been 3 weeks, I think, from tomorrow. I think it's been 3 weeks, and it still feels surreal. It's gonna be an emotional time this week at the All-Star weekend in Chicago. I wanted to touch on some off-the-court stuff. Dwayne Wade went on ESPN. You know he works for TNT now. It is sort of personal to me, his story. Derrick Rose as well. They both from Chicago, so they was going to, you know they there representing Chicago, represent the city, being sort of like hosts, you know, going all over the place. Dwayne Wade, of course, you know he's married to Gabrielle Union. I think they have one child together. I'm not 100% sure, but Dwayne Wade's daughter been all over social media. At least I heard. Well, the people that I heard it from, they told me the negative stuff. I'm sure there's some positivity in it, but basically his daughter going through a transitional period, transgender period, and that touched me personally because I have a niece that's also going through that right now. She just turned 18 a couple of weeks ago, and I make it my habit to talk to her more. But she's very sweet. She's naive in a good way. You know, she see the world as a good place. Of course, my older sister I talk about sometimes. Their mother, she died when they was young. Sister been gone. They're just coming up for 7 years. So that was tough for, you know, I know it was tough for them. But they strong, you know, both my nieces, my twin nieces, but this is my younger twin niece, if that makes sense. She's going through it right now, and I support her. I already told her I support her. She's the closest thing I ever had to a daughter. You know, I raised them somewhat when they was younger. But Dwayne Wade coming out and said what he said. He was honest, you know. He was like, you know, you don't know what to do. You know, this is really his child, so I understand he probably went through a whole lot of different emotions. but he said that's his child, and it basically said that's his child that it made, so he goes supporter. And I just think that was great of him to come out and share his feelings, his raw feelings, because you could just tell that wasn't nothing he just wrote on a piece of paper. I think they came from his heart, and it probably was a difficult time for them. And there's a lot of cruel people in the world. That's why I write about my niece. When she really got out of this world, you know, a lot of people, some people don't accept transgender people, and that's not right. You know, I'm a believer, you know, that everybody's human at the end of the day. No matter what your sexual orientation is, if you're transgender, gay, whatever, you're still a human being first. So I always never was the type that won't speak to a transgender person or a gay person. Just like anybody else, human being. You know, I work with them, I have them in my family. That's why I understand why people are so cruel sometimes to people. Now, if they, you know, just like anybody else, you know, they people, you know, and that's how I see it, you know. And it's bad people, it's bad, you know, bad people all the way around, no matter what your race is and all that. So, I always just treat everybody with respect, you know, and don't judge on what they, who they are, what their sexual orientation is. Like I said, sure, in your family, maybe unknowingly, you know, some people still have a tough time coming out to people when they're gay or when they transgender or anything. You know, it's hard, you know, because you're afraid that you're not going to get accepted. So I always try to be open about those things, you know, because like I said, I have gay people in my family. So for me to go out here and disrespect people, I think it's just wrong. So I appreciate the way Wade said that yesterday. You know, he's fresh off retirement. He's still like he's enjoying his life. So I appreciate D Wade for saying that. And for Derrick Rose, I want to talk about. I think he did like some type of forum about mental health, and he even talked about his childhood and stuff like that. Like I said, I struggle with mental health. I know people that struggles with mental health, and it's not easy at all. I'm still struggling now. I admit, since my mother passed away a couple of months ago, I've been sort of this. I don't know if it's good or bad, but I've been sort of this numb type person. Like, I'm usually emotional about things. I've just been emotionless, and that's not me. So I kind of feel weird about it. And I keep questioning myself, like, why? You know, some people say, you know, maybe you finally got stronger and just get through it. I mean, I don't feel strong. Maybe that might be true. I'm not going to deny that, but it don't. It's like it changed me. Like I guess I just don't want to give my emotions to stuff anymore. You know, at least that's how I feel right now. So I appreciate Derrick Rose also being open and honest about that. And NBA players, you know, they get the bad rap for the most part, especially when they do something wrong. But there's a lot of good community service being done by the NBA. It always has been. So just enjoy the All-Star weekend. I know I am. Like I said, I know it's going to be emotional. With not just Kobe Bryant, David Stern, they talked about him a little bit last night as well. You know, he died, I'm going to say around October, I remember. So, NBA, you know, like I said, I've been a fan of the NBA for a long time. But I'm going to try to watch the All-Star festivities tonight, and the All-Star game is tomorrow night. So, definitely going to check that out. Alright, let's move on to the NFL news. Of course, like I said, it's been 2 weeks. Of course, I missed my Super Bowl recap. I was going to recap the Super Bowl. You know, I didn't come on. So I'm just going to touch on it real quick because the season's over. It was just San Francisco. I thought they had them. I thought they had the Chiefs, but the Chiefs, again, just exploded for points. They did it all playoffs. That's what I said. Like, it wasn't that shocking that it was happening. It was just shocking because, you know, the way the 49ers play football, I thought they would just run the ball and milk the clock, basically. They was up 20-10, and the Chiefs just tore it on 21 points in the fourth quarter to win it 31-20. Patrick Mahomes did get MVP. I thought Damian Williams, I think that's his name. Hopefully I didn't mess his name up. The running back, I think he should have got it. But at the same time, I heard some arguments about Mahomes. Like if it was Mahomes, any other quarterback, but the Chiefs would have came back, and I had to say probably not. So I guess That's the reason why they gave him MVP. But if Williams would have got it, I would have had no problem with it. If they'd have cold it, I probably would have cold it. I probably would have put Mahomes and Williams and had a co-MVP. But again, the Chiefs did it. You know, they did it against Tennessee in the AFC Championship game. They did it the week before that in the divisional against Houston, going down 24-0 in that game and roaring back. So it's something they did all year long. But can they? A lot of people say, can they be a dynasty? I think it's possible, but they got to get that defense shored up. Mahomes got to stay healthy as well. If they're going to keep all these guys, Kelsey, Sammy Watkins, if they're going to be able to keep all these guys, Tyreek Hill. So if they could keep the team together somehow, I think they can win it again. I think next year they'll be clear favorites in the AFC. AFC, I think the Ravens will be back there again. We'll see what Tom Brady going to do. We're going to talk about that in a second. Him, Phillip Rivers is out there, so a lot of quarterbacks shuffling around. We'll see how that impacts the AFC and how and the NFL period. But it was a good Super Bowl. I mean, it was entertaining. It wasn't the snooze fest like it was the year before with the Rams and the Patriots. So, well, congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs, all overdue. You know, I've ever been on. So, I was sort of rooting for him. I was rooting for Andy Reid. I'm glad Andy Reid finally got his ring. He deserves it. And San Francisco, they're down. You know, everybody say, can they be back? You know, usually a Super Bowl loser usually pretty much fall out of existence. But I think the Niners, they're young. I don't think this is going to bother them. I think they'll be right back next year. Probably because of the division, because I think Seattle will still be there. The Rams, you don't know. They've been shopping. I think Sean Gurley was being shopped a few weeks ago, or still being looked around before a trade. So Rams, to me, you know, there's a lot of question marks about the Rams. There'll be some question marks for the Niners. Arizona needs that did be. Kyler Murray had a good year. I think he wound up winning Offensive Rookie of the Year. Of course, Lamar Jackson took home MVP. John Harbaugh had Coach of the Year. So it's going to be an interesting year election. We got a lot to go, you know. Of course, Phillip Rivers, of course, he got, well, not released, but he did get signed by the Chargers, so they're going to let him go. But Josh Norman did get released by the Redskins. I think whoever picks him up is going to be interesting where he goes. He could have a big impact. And of course, Tom Brady, right now, technically he's not a free agent. Yeah, I think it gotta be the league season for him or something. I think the Patriots will still sign him if they want to, but he could be going somewhere else. So we'll see where all these things go. Jameis Winston possibly might be out there. Marcus Mariota, two guys who was linked together through the draft. You know, they drafted 1-2 a few years back. So there's going to be a lot of moving around. We're through Cherry Bridgewater move for New Orleans. Big Ben Roethlisberger, well, they say he's going to come back. Pittsburgh could be right back in the mix next year. So it's going to be, next few months will be very interesting to see where things go. The other big NFL news this week, Myles Garrett got reinstated, I think it was Wednesday. Then he sat down with Mina Kimes of ESPN and basically brought up again that Mason Rudolph called him the N-word, and that's why he flipped out. Pretty much had the same story you had around when it happened. I was watching, it was a Thursday night game. I was watching, you know, flicking it back and forth. I was probably playing my video game or something. I was like, well, this game over, so, you know, I had to turn it back on. But then, I don't know, I think I checked the score again on my phone and said it was a brawl. I'm like, dang, it was 10 seconds left. Like, what happened? You know, like, it was just crazy. Like, the game is over. But Garrett, again, said that that's what happened. He didn't really want to go here. That's what he kept saying, because he said he don't want to excuse his actions. But he said Mason Rudolph did say it, but there's no audio of it. So a lot of people coming out and saying, well, he just making this up to make himself look good. He did get reinstated, so he served the last 6 games of the season and will be eligible to come back week 1. Some people say he should have maybe got the first couple games just to send a deeper message that you can't do that. And I agree, he should have did what he did. But I can imagine if he was being called that, you know, I mean, I don't know the guy. He also said he don't like the word period. He don't like it even You know, I say it sometimes. I don't say it a lot. I kind of say it more when I'm angry. Like, I don't say it just to say, you know, if I'm hanging out. Say, for instance, my brother, Don Juan, which y'all know from my other videos. And I'm going to talk about the channel update because I've been slacking on that too. This is my first video I've done in 2 weeks as well. But anyway, like, even when I don't say it. I don't say it mainly when I'm angry. I notice. I only say it when I'm angry. I say the N-word, and I, you know, around other people. But I don't say it that much. But they say this guy don't say it. He hates it, period. He don't like it, using it just to say my homie or nothing. He don't like the word period because he thinks that gives the right for other races, well, people of race to say it. But I hate things like this because you don't know. There's no evidence that Rudolph said it. He denied it. Again, he ain't really give a statement this week. He just said, I said what I said, and that's over. He's trying to move on. I think I heard somebody say if he say it, it's unfortunate because now, you know, there's no evidence, so it's not going to be, you know, it's not going to have a full impact because you don't know what happened. But for him to flip out like that when the game's out of, you know, the game's over, something, I mean, you just assume something happened for him to lose his cool like that. But I guess we'll never really know. Just hope both parties to war. Miles Garrett, Cleveland was in the mix before that suspicion. Maybe they would have made a playoff run with him because the defense didn't play that well after that. Cleveland should just, what y'all should do, give the ball to Nick Chubb. That's what y'all should have did all year long. Baker Mayfield can deep outside. I like Baker, but he had a terrible year. Can't deny that he had a bad year. So we'll see if the Browns can bounce back, but he was definitely a big part of it. And when he left, they took a nosedive. So, but he's back, so he will be back eligible for Week 1 of next season. Some people think it should have got longer, but to me, I'm fine with it. It don't bother me. I think he learned his lesson. I think it sent the message to the rest of the NFL as well. So that's it. We got through the blog. I don't know how long I've been on. Hopefully not too long. Give a couple of my final thoughts here before we move on. That's before we talk about the XFL, because I really want to talk about that real quick. The channel update. Like I said, I apologize. I just had some personal days going on around my work schedule and things like that. So I didn't have a chance to get on. So I'm gonna try to, keep a schedule going. My next vlog I'm planning on will be Friday, which is the day that I'm off, and I can come in the morning and record it and get it over with. As far as video game playthroughs, I'll try to get some work the other day. I had some time today, and I'm stuck at home, so I try to do something today. I don't know. I mean, all my other projects I ain't finished. Like I said, the Kakarot project is right now delayed. If somehow the copyright law, whatever's going on with it, that's what I'm guessing what it is. It must be some type of copyright, and they always been strict with copyrights. Even when I was doing Dragon Ball Universe, which is on the channel as well, research it. There were certain simulations with that as well, which made it hard to record. So, and I think the ones that is recorded, either they got different devices, or like they are sponsors, so they allowed to record. There's videos out there, but that's why the Kakarot didn't come through. I was gonna do Rage 2 or the Outer Worlds, which is still possible. I might see what's up with Rage 2 first, because I've been wanting that game. That game is almost a year old now, so I'm gonna see how that goes. Tom Clancy, Call of Duty Season 2 now, if you know what I'm talking about, Modern Warfare. So I might start a couple of videos of that. Sonic Mania still ain't finished with the Ray playthrough. Mega Man X as well. So got some projects I gotta finish. So just keep your eyes peeled. I try to do as many videos as I can today and definitely throughout the week next week. So definitely join me for that. The XFL, just wanted to say it was the XFL. This is week 2. Now today and tomorrow, of course, the games will be. It's only 18, so it's 4 games. 2 games on Saturday, 2 games on Sunday at 2 and 5 respectively. It wasn't bad last week. I watched both games, basically all 4 games. At least some of, well, the 4th game I didn't see that much of, but the first 3, the 2 on Saturday and the early one on Sunday, I pretty much watched the whole game. Wasn't bad. It wasn't sloppy football. You had turnovers here and there. It was more once the team established themselves, they pretty much ran away with the game. Wasn't really no close games except for the fourth game was the closest. But I guess by next week I'll probably just for the fun I'll probably do a little power rankings just to rate the teams. To me, the best team you gotta say right now is the Houston team. I guess they won by 20, but so did the New York Guardians defensively. I think Houston probably offensively, and then defensively, I guess you go with New York Guardians. Of course, there's 8 teams. Of course, the crazy thing is this week, all the teams that lost last week play each other. All the teams that won last week play each other. So some teams will get out to a 2-0 start. Some teams will fall 0-2. It'll be a couple of teams that's 1-1. So we'll see how they work out. But it's a good league. I mean, I enjoyed it. I'm going to watch it today as well. First game at 2 o'clock. So I'm going to check it out and watch again today. It was pretty entertaining. So we'll talk more about it next week. Since the NFL news will start dying down now that the season's over. So I'll probably have a little segment on the XFL in the next vlog. So that would do it for this week. I want to say thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you to all my supporters as well. I appreciate y'all as always. Sorry if I was a little long-winded again today. I'm going to try to shorten the times out. Well, days going to start getting a little slower. So I won't have that much to talk about. And I just want to say thank you for all the support. Thank you for the patience. We'll go ahead and roll out. I'm Troy West said thank you so much for watching. Check out all the rest of my projects, my video game playthroughs, my weekly vlogs, right here on the Solid Sports and Gaming channel. And I want to say thank you so much. And I'll talk to you hopefully Friday. Well, I hope so. Thank you so much. Talk to you soon.